So I assume that you might live in Australia. If you don't, let me tell you about this little thing. So we have two states. Well, we have more than two states, but I want to point out two states in particular, New South Wales and Queensland. They are right next to each other, separated by, I think, the Blue Mountains, or just a mountain ridge. And basically the first, I believe, white settlement in Australia was in Sydney, New South Wales. And after that, I don't know at what point, but eventually people spread across the entirety of Australia, mostly the coasts, and eventually, I guess, they had the states of New South Wales and Queensland. Now, you might be like, well, what's the significance of that? What has this got to do with anything? Basically, New South Wales and Queensland have this rivalry. This rivalry is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. It's really dumb because every year there's a football match between New South Wales and Queensland, and there's 3 matches, and whoever wins that year wins. That's it. Just because you wear either blue or maroon, you win. And in fact, I don't even think the teams are fully from New South Wales or Queensland. So I don't know. The thing is you can probably tell I'm not very into sports. I'm not a very sportsy guy. I don't even watch sports, but it's just really dumb to me that we have a country, I don't know, a countrywide football game or whatever every year, or it's people from different places around the world. You got your Sydney, and then you got your Melbourne team, your Canberra team, or whatever. This is the only game where there's only 2 states competing against each other, and it's just it's really dumb because you see people in the shopping center. If you go to a shopping center or a public place, you will probably see people wearing their team's a jersey or beanie or whatever. So if you're Queenslander, you might be wearing a maroon jumper. If you're a Blues supporter, you might be wearing a blue scarf while you're just out and about, right? And obviously people support their sports teams, People will wear I don't know, the Lakers fucking jersey or whatever, or a jumper or whatever. But it's just between 2 states. I don't know. I feel like I'm making that point a bit too much, but it's 2 states. 2 states. People in Victoria do not give a fucking flying fuck who the fuck wins. In fact, I'm actually pretty certain that if you went to Western Australia or anywhere else in Australia, and you were have you heard of State of Origin before? 100% of them will, as long as they're not from New South Wales or Queensland, will be what the fuck is State of Origin? Because that's how inbred it is. I don't know why they even compete against each other, because I've lived in both New South Wales and Queensland. I've been to both. Both states are as bad as each other. I've never been to any other state, but I will tell you, New South Wales is fucking retarded, and Queensland is fucking retarded. Queensland is just slightly above New South Wales, but only slightly. Tiny slither. It's just a little slice of cake. Just a millimeter of cake, you know what I mean? There's no big difference between these 2 states. Queensland's just hotter. It's hotter. And in New South Wales, it's colder. Since my family is actually New South Welshmen, they just hate Queenslanders. Any time of the year, any other time of the year, it doesn't matter. But as soon as State of Origin comes around, fuck Queenslanders, fuck them cunts, cunt. And it's my dad and brother sit in front of the TV and scream at it when they fucking score a try. And it's Why? Why? You're not even on the football field. You are screaming about winning a game that you're not actually like taking any part in. You're just watching on the TV, or if you're even like in the stadium watching, you're not helping. You're not doing anything. There's a team of professional football players who are being paid, I don't know, millions, probably way too much to be playing a fucking football game for something that's meant to just be for fun. You're just making money off of it, and you're not doing anything. You've paid to sit in the stadium to scream at a team that you're paying for, and when they lose, you cry about it, and it's so dumb. And I don't even think Queenslanders take as much care in it as New South Welshmen. I think like if you're from New South Wales, you just fucking lose your shit when New South Wales win. But when Queenslanders lose, they just go, yeah, cool. They don't give a shit. But if New South Wales win, it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, cunt. I think there's a Friendly Joys clip I can probably slip into there.
Queenslander! Well, showing up is its own victory. Yeah! Vom shower! Vom shower! Vom shower!
But yeah, I don't give a shit about State of Origin.